All right, what's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying your day. So, Ravens flock. I know we're all feeling a little bit happy today because we're finally back in the winning column. After going on that 3-game losing streak, it just feels nice to get a win. And going up against the Cowboys team that was very, very, very weak against the run defense. For us to be able to abuse that and come up with a big victory, it's nice. Now, of course, there's still some concerns with the team moving forward, especially as the game against the Browns approach on Monday night. But, right now, it just felt nice. It felt nice to get a win. There's still a lot of issues, but hopefully things continue to trend upwards. Our main priority right now is for all our players to get back and get healthy. And if we can do that, we can focus on practicing and truly getting ready for our biggest test left in the season, the Cleveland Browns. And we'll just see how we do against them. But like I said, our main priority is just getting our players back. And that's exactly what happened today. More good news for the Ravens. Both Mark Andrews and Matthew Judon have been activated. They are now off the reserve list, and they will be available to play Monday night against the Cleveland Browns. That is excellent news. You add another pass rusher to our defense, which I hope the more we add our starters back to our defensive front, the better chance we have of actually getting something from our pass rush. I feel like that unit needs practice. I didn't like what I saw yesterday against the Cowboys. We just couldn't get to Andy Dalton. So I'm hoping practice and getting all our guys back on that front seven will help out in terms of just generating a pass rush. We'll have to see if that happens for the most part, but at least getting Judon back there definitely helps. And obviously for the offense, getting back Mark Andrews, one of our key weapons, is huge. That is Lamar's guy. That's one of his favorite targets, if not his favorite target. We know Lamar loves targeting this man in the middle of the field, and Mark Andrews just has the ability to get open. So him getting back helps open up the middle of the field to be utilized for Lamar Jackson. Now, of course, we're still waiting for Willie Snead to get back. He's still on the list. I do not know when he will be able to come off the list. So, I think he might be able to play against this game. I don't know when he's coming off the list, so we'll just have to wait and see when that happens. But getting Mark Andrews back is a big boost, and it's definitely going to help our passing game because you're getting back Lamar's favorite target. Now, this game is slowly approaching, and we'll see what happens. I'm not doing my preview today. I'll be talking about this down the week because I do have concerns involving our defense and the coaching staff and stuff like that, but I'll save that for that game. But for the most part, just getting more players back, getting more starters back is just nice. And hopefully we will get Willie Snead back sometime this week, and he will be available to play this game, but I'm not sure. But it's nice. It's nice to get our players back. It seems like we're getting healthy and getting right at the right time. All left to do is to practice. This game against Cleveland is crucial. Win this game, and we have a really great chance of making the playoffs because our remaining schedule deals with Jacksonville, the Giants, and the Bengals without Joe Burrow in Week 17. So this game is crucial. Right now, the Ravens are an average to good team. Beating the Cleveland Browns will make you a playoff team. That will be the difference. With the way the Ravens have been playing so far this season, with the way they've been an average to good team. They can compete with any team in the league, but you're not expecting them to beat them. Like, with the Steelers, we can compete with the Steelers, but we haven't beaten the Steelers. We can compete with the Titans, but we haven't beaten the Titans. That's just been the story. You got to be able to break through and beat these teams with these records over 500, these great teams. You have to be able to beat them. And right now, we haven't been able to do that for much of this season. This is an opportunity to show we can be a playoff team. We can be the good team over 500. We can get the job done. We haven't been able to close games this season, so this is a great opportunity. And the one thing that will definitely help aid towards that ultimate goal happening on Monday night is having our players back. Coming into this game against the Cowboys, there was not a lot of practice between much of the guys that came back. One of them was definitely Lamar Jackson. He only had one practice in, 16 days? So for him to go out there and do what he did, man, that's just great. That's great. That just shows the level of toughness this guy has. It just shows how great of a player he is. Now, he's going to have time to practice with his guys. Him and Hollywood and yes, I'm calling him Hollywood Brown. This week, he earned his title, okay? Getting that touchdown grab, he earned his title of Hollywood for this week. I feel like moving forward, we'll see if he continues to play like this and him and Lamar can get this connection going. I think people will finally be like, yeah, he can keep it permanently. But I feel like right now, if he plays well and makes a great play or gets in the end zone and scores, for that week, we can call him Hollywood. If he doesn't do anything and he's ineffective, then you call him Marquise. So for what he did against the Cowboys, I'm going to call him Hollywood Brown because he made a highlight play. That's just how I'm going to do it. So for Lamar and Hollywood, if they can get something going moving forward, this is going to do wonders. I'm not going to read too much into what we saw against the Cowboys, but I'm just hoping that the connection between both Lamar and Hollywood is now officially there. They've worked on it. It's finally coming into fruition, and I'm hoping that means they're going to be connecting a lot moving forward. And we already know the connection between Lamar and Mark Andrews. You know, man, that their connection is like that, man. They're this close. They're this close on and off the field. Well, I'm not going to say off the field. They're close off the field, but it's clear both Lamar and Hollywood, they're much closer. You know what I mean for the most part. They're just, in terms of that chemistry, they have it. They just have that chemistry. So if we can get Mark Andrews back, he gets back in the offense. He's able to continue to get in a rhythm, and him and Lamar Jackson can continue to connect throughout practice this week, and they can get back to where they were before. If we can get that alongside the Hollywood getting a connection with Lamar Jackson, we will be in a good spot heading into this game against the Browns. And obviously, if Willie Snead comes back later in the week and they can get that level of connection, because Lamar does have some chemistry with Willie Snead. Obviously, Willie Snead has been the best receiver for us in the last couple of weeks before he ended up getting put on that list. If he can get something going with him, well, then the offense could get some level of effective plays, and hopefully this will open up the offense itself in the passing game, and we'll see something happen there. But we'll just have to wait and see. All in all, for the most part, we just need practice. That's really it. Get the guys back and get the practice going. I would definitely want to see that for our offense, but more so, I want to see this happen for the defensive front. Because Mark Andrews coming back, him and Lamar already have that chemistry. They can work on that. They can fix it. With this front seven, we have not been great as a unit in terms of pass rushing. It has not been great this season. And that's something, it's been inconsistent for the most part. And that's something we're trying to get going. You know, getting Unique Ngakoue was supposed to help out with that. And so far, it's been close, but it's not there yet. In fact, against the Cowboys, I believe he had 4 or 5 different situations where he was so close to sacking Andy Dalton, but the ball came out just before he could do anything. Like he was within arm's reach of grabbing Andy Dalton, but it just wasn't there. So we're seeing Ngakoue's getting close to making those plays and getting those sacks like we want, but it's just not there. With bringing back Judon, I'm hoping that's going to help out with the pass rush, and I do believe now that everyone in the front seven, for the most part, is back, they're healthy, if we can get this practice going, we can be effective, man. This front seven is going to be the difference maker. I believe both front sevens for both Cleveland and Baltimore will be the difference maker in that Monday night game, because both these teams love to run and they got star back. They got the power to run, man. These are two of the best running teams in the league. So that run defense is going to be the difference maker for both Cleveland and Baltimore. And Baltimore, knowing that, we got to get this together, because our run defense has not been great this season. We've got to get it together. Getting back Calais, getting back Brandon Williams, adding Judon with that, and you still got Derek Wolfe and Unique Ngakoue. Bringing all these guys back together should do wonders. And if we can get more and more practice going throughout this week, and they can get back in rhythm and working together as a unit, that could do wonders. And we may see them be effective against the Browns on Monday night. They may get to Baker a couple times. Hopefully that will be the case. But right now, we just have to see it. It's just, they got to build it up again. Practice, practice, practice. It's great getting our guys back for the most part. We've pretty much gotten everyone back, and we're obviously awaiting Willie Snead. Now, Des Bryant, he's not been put on the list yet. We're still waiting to see what they do with that situation, but we know he's going to be put on that list eventually. But getting Willie Snead back will complete our offense for the most part, minus Des Bryant. He'll be on that list. And with Matthew Judon back for the most part, our defense is pretty much settled for that. I do believe Geno Stone is also still on the reserve list, so it'd be nice to get him back, especially with the way our secondary is getting thinned. So yeah, for the most part, my main concerns is getting back in a rhythm, getting our players back, which we've pretty much gotten all of them back, and getting into a rhythm and just grinding it out in practice, getting into a rhythm, getting used to work with each other again, just getting practice, because this team needs a lot of practice. We're on a short week to 6 days away from the game. We need practice. Yesterday's game against the Cowboys showed that our defense needs a lot of practice. This front seven needs a lot of practice. And the offense, although they made a lot of explosive plays, it was really on the run game. Lamar made a couple spectacular throws that resulted in touchdowns. The throw to Boykin was great, and the throw to Hollywood Brown was spectacular. We want to see more plays like that. But again, that has to be built up. Lamar himself hasn't practiced much. Calais hasn't practiced much. Brandon Williams hasn't practiced much. Judon's coming off this. Mark Andrews. There's just so many players on our squad has not practiced much. With all of them back, this gives us a couple days to practice. It'll give them a lot of time to be able to go out there, practice, get some sort of chemistry down, and just hopefully gel, and everything will work out against the Browns. We'll see what happens. I will be making my prediction in a couple days. I just want to get some... I want to see if Willie Snead's come back. I'm just going to wait for a couple days before I actually put out my prediction video. But we'll see what happens for the most part. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got. Great news to hear that Mark Andrews and Matthew Judon is back. Hopefully, this will help out both our offense and defense. Hopefully, we can be able to practice and get in the rhythm. And last but not least, hopefully, we will be ready to go and face off against the Cleveland Browns on Monday Night Football in Cleveland. With that being said, that's all I got, and I'm out of here, man.